you're constantly building your brand. That's something that I have to keep reminding myself and make sure that I stay in the groove of things. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dallas, and thank you guys so much for coming on to my channel, Dose of Dallas. You are now watching my TV. Today, I am coming on here to bring you guys a video all about my life working as a creative while working a 9-to-5. Where do I start? I don't want to start with the negative, but I am going to be very transparent and real with you guys. This is a video part of my series called Dallas's Diaries, where I'm kind of just being 100% authentic with my journey of being a creative, pursuing creative endeavors, the pursuit of happiness. Being a creative while working a 9-to-5, there are things that I do on a daily, or I do most of the days during the week, in order to just maintain my energy levels and my stamina of doing both. I'll start off with the first thing, and this is kind of simple, but it is definitely necessary, which would be plan out your day after work. I try to do and write in my planner 2 to 3 tasks that I need to complete after work. I used to try to do 5 to 6 things after work. Like, I'd write down 5 to 6 tasks to complete, and I would just overwhelm myself. I would only get maybe 1 or 2 things done, and then I would beat myself up for not having everything finished. And it's like, I mean, you have a 9-to-5, you're working, you are gonna be tired, but you have to be realistic with yourself as far as what you can really get done. Also, someone who's been an inspiration to me is Erin on Demand. I love her content, love her advice. She also uses the 3 top priority rule. It just makes everything run much smoother. So you're constantly building your brand. That's something that I have to keep reminding myself and make sure that I stay in the groove of things, because I don't want the 9-to-5 to be taking over my whole life. And I know that this is something that is temporary. What I see for my future is not this 9-to-5, so I have to keep telling myself that on a daily in order to achieve certain goals and to keep my eyes on the prize, okay? So the next thing to do is, this is one of my favorite things I absolutely love, set a goal of attending 1 to 2 networking or social events a week. And that is something that I actually write in my monthly goals every month, and I've been able to achieve it. The purpose of that is just to keep, those connections strong and meeting new creatives, being inspired, finding people to collab with. From working a 9-to-5 and sitting at a desk all day and not really having much interaction outside of the computer, and maybe the person next to you, your coworker, or if you work from home, it's definitely no other interaction but with the computer all day. So I do that to maintain my sanity and to be able to interact with other human beings. And sometimes you may not feel like it after work, but I think you just have to keep telling yourself that this is what I need, this is good for me, this will help me. Tell yourself those things and you'll be able to push through. Go to that event, have fun, socialize, have a few drinks, do whatever you gotta do, okay? For the next piece of advice I have is create or edit your content as soon as you return from the event, as soon as you finish creating it, whatever it is for you. For me, it'd be video content. For instance, after I film this video, I need to start editing it right after, because when you have a 9-to-5, so much of your energy can go towards that job to where it's harder for you to kind of take initiative with things. So I think once you finish your content, you should start doing what you have to do with it, pushing it out, whether that be like a graphic that you want to push out or an ebook that you want to put out. Whatever it is, do it as soon as you finish it, as soon as it's completed. Just go ahead and jumpstart the process. So for me, that would be, like I said, editing videos as soon as I finish them, because if not, I get caught up in my job and then it just sits in my queue for days or weeks or months. So I'm trying to break that habit and make sure that I get stuff started as soon as I finish. So the next thing would be is find a passion project, with whatever that may be, whether it be a podcast, whether it be designing clothes, whatever it is, find a project to look forward to after work, to work on. You have something that you are investing your time in, investing in yourself. And this is specifically for creative. Every day after work, I should either be planning for a YouTube video, editing a YouTube video, or filming a YouTube video. And that just helps me to keep those creative juices flowing and kind of keep my foot in the door in the creative world. Next, I have schedule your gigs on the weekend. Try to book weekend gigs because we know working a 9-to-5 can be exhausting. After a 8-hour, 9-hour workday, you know, you may not have as much energy to go and work a gig and give your full ability. So I would say book weekend gigs. For example, when I used to be a little bit heavier in the production and film world, I worked as a production assistant, and I would try to book gigs on the weekend. Of course, prior to my 9-to-5, I would take those jobs throughout the week whenever they needed me. Just trying to keep myself active in the creative world, in the creative community, doing something, whether that be a photo shoot, collaboration, whether it be a conference, something of that nature. I just try to push myself and make sure that I schedule things, look up things to put on my calendar, etc., etc. Utilize those lunch breaks. Yes, please eat, but if you have something that you were working on the night before or the day before, continue that. You know, use that lunch hour, use that full lunch hour. Okay, I use my full lunch hour to the last minute. So do what you gotta do, edit, write for your blog, use that lunch hour, and just make sure you're just very well with time management. That's something that I've gotten better at. You gotta work every day, something, whether it be for an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, but utilize the time, the free time that you have outside of work, even throughout the workday. So lastly, I just kind of wanted to say, I'm not sure if people really realize the time, effort, and energy it takes to do content creation, and especially with video. Like, you really are your whole production crew. You are the producer, the editor, the writer, the filmmaker, like the talent, you're everything. And it really does take a lot of time, and it takes effort, and it takes planning and strategizing and all those things. And so I try to be diligent with my time and just not soft on myself, but I try to just give myself that space to be reminded that, look, you are doing this on your own. You can take a little break, but don't take a month break. Like, make sure you keep at it and keep working, because there's something good that's gonna come from all of this in the end, in the future. So that's all I have today for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. And I try to my best. My light just went off.